And hello everyone, how are you doing today? OMG, it is starting. That's right, Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge. What day is it? Wednesday. So we have today, Thursday, and Friday of fun stuff. So we've basically been taking a lot of elements and principles of design and art and applying them to good old Illustrator, right? And learning Illustrator tips. Keep in mind, again, these are all the fundamentals, our fun art lessons that we've been working on, just so you know. But again, we're going to learn about using brushes, which is going to be fun. So thank you so much for joining me. And everybody who is participating in the challenges, because we're going to move on to our lesson for today. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, dive into this right now. I want to say hello to Alejandro. There we are. Scott, Mercurial, Costa Mesa, California in the house. Lee Designer from Lee. You are Greek, right? Are you in Greece? Tell me. Would love to hear. The Bob is from the UK, which is cool. So we'll scroll right down here. I will post this link so you have it. But brush blending, click the Get Started file. It looks pretty innocent for the most part. I have so much fun with brushes, by the way. Here's the file. Just go ahead and download it. Direct download. It doesn't look like much, but let's open it up right now and get started. All right, here we are. So you could also see from the description right down here, we were thinking we could do just a fun, whimsical Dr. Seuss scene is the goal, right? So we're gonna have fun with abstract fun shapes. We could have fun with trees and all of that. So good to have you here, Gath and Afroja and Baru from Thailand. Cool. All right, so welcome. Brushes, that's all that says over there. Geez. What, did you get uninspired today, Paul? Where's the quote? Get your act together, right? So let's talk about brushes. This is huge, by the way, right? So I will just take the pencil, right? I'm going to start with the pencil tool. So we're just going to start with a basic line. When it comes to the pencil tool, I'll double click on it, and I want to make sure that it's set to nice and smooth. Double click on the pencil, change it to smooth, right? And then we can go ahead and draw like so, okay? Draw out this nice smooth line. Let's see what happens to this line. Interesting. We have right over here. Oh, the stroke is set to 10 point, which is cool. The second, I think the second most important panel outside of the properties panel is the appearance panel right over here. So just be mindful of this lovely appearance panel. Okay. We could do the Lorax trees. By the way, I should Google Dr. Seuss for inspiration. That's usually what I have set up. Dr. S-E-U-S-S, artwork. We'll just do artwork. Let's take a look. See, look, these fun vines. Ooh, we could easily make, oh, the places you'll go. But all this fun type stuff like that, right? We kind of just want to do some fun things, okay? Yeah, so you get the idea. Super fun. Super fun. We're inspired. Oh, yeah. Like that. Okay, cool. So we could do something like that. So first off, really fast, we have our line, right? We could take our line. Let's just do a couple things. For this line, I'm going to go to the appearance panel. I have this unchecked. So new art is not going to have the basic appearance. It's always going to have my last used settings. So I could come in here and I can add. Let's take this stroke up to 20. Okay, let's add another stroke on top of it that's set to 10. And the second stroke is going to have red in it, like that. Okay, so now we have a line that consists of two strokes. And I could change the uniformity of it right over here. So let's have it go thick and then thin, right? And let's go out here. Let's change this, the stroke. Actually, I could click on it here. We're going to round the ends. We're going to round the ends. Look at that. See this right here? Let's go to the appearance panel. rounding the ends of the red stroke, rounding the ends of the black stroke, and now we have these nice round ends like that. Okay, I'm going to take the second one down to be thin on the end, this width profile, this very first one. So does that make sense, Carol and Bobby and Wade? Because I have 2 strokes. Here's one, right? You guys know how to make this stroke. Oh, guess what? We added a second one that's smaller than the first. And now I can jump in and just hit N and start drawing out my line like that. Zoop, 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 like that. You get the idea, okay? All right. Welcome, everybody. Good to have you here. This is the basics of the line. The reason I'm able to redraw from the last used appearance is because I have this unchecked, right? So that's what you want to do. So appearance panel, just to recap, we use the appearance panel to add a second stroke with that was smaller than the first. And now we can go ahead and do some fun things. But let's go beyond this simple line. In fact, we'll just delete this line and we'll put it up at the top just as a reference. Zip, 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 zip. Remember, I have that set to smooth. Bam! It's nice and smooth. Let's make, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a brush that has some stripes in it, okay? So right over here, here is our stroke. If you don't like that it actually is drawing with your last used appearance, you can click this flyout menu and say, hey, you know what? Reduce to basic appearance. Don't worry about deleting all those strokes and fills, just reduce to basic appearance, just like that. Okay, let's flip that to red. And let's have some fun making some more little, to make it our brush, right? Come in here, let's get reference that. Hey, what's fun is we can play with this all we want. But let's go ahead and draw a bar out there like so. Change it to black, right? And let's go ahead and skew it a little bit, okay? Kind of like that. There we go. 2 boxes. Life doesn't have to be complex. This is all pretty straightforward, right? We'll go from here to here to here, like that. Let's space them out like that. Okay, cool. Got that squared away. I want to make sure everything's nice and tight. Command Y will show me, and if everything is lined up perfectly, I won't get any like part that's overlapping, right? So I'm just viewing outlines. So we can take this piece, right? Let's turn it into a brush. Boom, brushes. Grab this, drop it into your brushes panel, and let's make our first brush. Pattern brush, right? We want that to repeat. Pattern brush, click OK. There it is. It has everything almost squared away, right? This part actually needs to be an auto. I would probably do an auto between, right? So that's gonna wrap a little bit better. What about this corner right here? The kind of like the inside corner. Auto between there as well. So kind of wrap around. Auto centered might work as well. But I like auto between, right? So that's all I'm doing, okay? It is done. We'll click OK. I want to kind of be mindful of the size, but with that being said, let's just move that over. Always keep your original pieces, right? But now we'll hit N for brush. We'll make sure this pattern brush is selected, and we can go ahead and draw that out. Right now, this is looking fun, isn't it? Isn't this looking fun now? Right, we could go ahead and do our fun, zoop, interesting shapes. Whether these are the trees, whatever the case may be, we just have all these fun shapes that we get to work with, okay? Thank you, Ariana. It is awesome. It is so awesome. I'm about to lose my mind. Oh, let's do the top of this. It's snaky. Okay, so a couple things here. Let's do this really fast. Okay, here's our brush. And usually what I will do is I will just draw a little line next to it saying, okay, that's the brush. Okay, if it seems a little large, guess what? You could always go in and edit it. Just double click on that pattern brush, right? It's currently set to 100%. Take that down to like 50% if it's too large. Click OK, right? Apply it to that stroke. Much more manageable, okay? Looks like the snake from Beetlejuice. Maybe I've had too much coffee today. Iced coffee, for some reason, it freaking hits me. All right, let's move on. Let's give it a base. Let's give it a top, and I'm gonna do this really fast. Go, Paul, go, hurry. There's no time. This is the big thing. If you're creating brushes and you wanna have a start part and an end part, they have to be like exactly the same. And let me just change this color really fast. They have to be the same. So I typically drag out that same size. This will maybe be my top part. So I'll select just these 2 points right up here and then just like round it, right? We could always do something more interesting, but let's just go ahead and put some eyes there just for fun, okay? Shall we? Let's do it. Boop. All right, wait for it. Flip it. Bop. Maybe not quite Dr. Seuss eyes, but you get the idea. There we are. Something kind of like that. Make that a touch smaller. Okay, so there's the eyes. Boom. Have them like that. I don't know. I'm working on it. Move it over right there, right? Shrink it down a little bit. We could do something kind of like that. It kind of looks like a minion, okay? Yeah, it needs more work, right? It's fine right now, right? But this is what you want to do. Add a top, add a bottom. The key thing is you could turn on, show the rulers, drag out guides. We want to make sure the width doesn't exceed the top and bottom here. So if you're drawing the feet or the head, don't exceed that part. I'm going to show you some shortcuts for that as well. Ooh, yeah, cross-eyed would be fun, Marsha. Boop. He needs a... We'll do something kind of like that. That's cute. What a good idea. Okay, drag this out. Let's make this happen fast. Again, this is all about making brushes. From here, again, if I happen to, you'll think, okay, I want to make some feet. If you break outside of that, it's gonna get all screwed up, right? So this won't necessarily work. I'll show how you can get around that in a little bit, okay? But let me just go ahead and do something like that. Reflect horizontally. We'll just do feet like this. Okay, that's all I want to do. Make them black. Those are the feet. Now, Command Y. Let's make sure everything lines up perfectly, right? This is really important. Everything looks good. Great. Right now, we can go in and we can make, let's just make a brand new brush, okay? Because I resized this centerpiece, but let's grab this. Let's drop it in here. We're going to make it a pattern brush. We'll click OK. Same process I did earlier. Shoop. Let's make this auto between this part, auto between the feet, right? It's now time to add the start tile and end tile. So we'll click OK. What do we have to do here? Grab these feet and turn them into a swatch right over here. Drag it in here into your swatches panel. It is right there. It's called New Pattern 3, but really I should call this feet. There we go. Did the feet, click done. Go back up here. Here's the head. Drag it in here. And sure enough, double click. We will call this head. So we have head and feet. They're both pattern swatches. Okay, there we go. Double click, head. There we go, done, done. Go back out here. Now we can go back into our brush, right over here, double clicking on it, and we can locate the feet first. That's the part that's gonna start, I'm gonna start with. There it is, feet. And then the top part is going to be the head. There it is. There's the head. Bop. Selecting that. Feet and head. Don't trust this. Don't worry about that. It should be the same size. Right? We'll click OK. And now let's go ahead and draw. Command 0. N for brush. Let's make sure that one is selected. And we can go ahead and draw like that. And now we have our fun character. Cool? That's the idea. Zoop. All right. Snake with a beauty spot. All right. So now here's these like silly, what might be trees, whatever the case may be. But really, well, I kind of like them at an angle. What if I wanted to change this color? What if I wanted to change the color of some of these? So let's do that. This red, for instance, I want the red to be a different color each time. So let's do that. Double click right in here, right down here, colorization. Ooh, let's tint it. And let's define the key color. The key color is going to be that red. So we're going to tint it whatever color we have for our stroke. So we'll click OK. Apply to strokes. See, it already did it. Applied them, made them all black. Let's make them all red. So what's happening now is it is changing the color of all these to my stroke color. It's actually tinting it, right? So let's go in here. Let's change this one to green, right? You can see what that looks like. Maybe a blue. Just keeping them all kind of fun colors. You get the idea, right? Cool. All these fun characters. Right, let's double click in here. Now we're going to change this. I'm showing you the tinting. Okay. What's the difference between using a pencil and the brush tool? I could show you. So there's the brush, there's the blob brush. I guess there's not really much difference between the two, but we can take a look at it. I'm just used to using the pencil because I just want a clean line. Okay, tints and shades. Selecting tints and shades. We'll click OK. Apply to strokes. See, there we go. We have tints and shades. So now you can see how that red that I picked initially wasn't maybe like a true red. It looked like a true red. But basically, you know, I could change this. This is basically what's happening here. So let's kind of move on from here. Let's go in here. Tints and shades, we're going to change this to hue shift, right? Still targeting that red color. Click OK, apply to strokes. Boom, that's what we want. We want a hue shift, so it's not going to change the lightness or the shading of it, but it keeps that true color. So it looks like the last one, hue shift, is what we want, right? They do look, they're so ready to be animated. Right? But look at them. They're doing fantastic. And we could draw out as many more as we want. Sorry, let's just select it. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Right? Pick the color that you want. Just make sure you have it selected when you do that. There we go. Fun times. Right? I can have my fun background. I actually gave you just some fun shapes that you could try out, right? So go ahead, grab this, try it out for yourself, just drop it in there. Simple shapes, make it a pattern brush. Just make sure you like auto center the corners and we can get a really fun scene really fast by using these different objects. Right? And this is what I usually like to do is I like to create them all the same size, right? It's just going to be easier, but this is so cool because we could change this at any time as we start drawing. Let's do this. Let's go into Wade. Hope you don't mind. This is for Wade. I appreciate you being here, man. Always a pleasure. Let's just take this text, increase it. Create outlines. ungroup it, all that fun stuff. And what are we going to do? We'll go right down here. And actually, no, we'll just go to our brushes. We'll click and add this brush to that text like so. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. And let's change the color, right? So there we have that brush kind of wrapping around. The reason you don't see any of the heads is I need to chop off part of it. I know that sounded freaky, but I would come in here and I'd say, hey, you know what? Let's just go ahead and delete right there. Maybe delete right there. And there's its head. So that's what I would do. Wade, W-A-D-E. These sharp corners might not do it any favors, but you get the idea. Cool. Is this fun, guys? Hopefully you like this. Hopefully it's fun for you. They kind of look like little snakes. And that's okay. There we are. Wade. Right? Super fun, and this is why I like Illustrator, is because I have total flexibility when it comes to creating objects, right? And for each one of these would all be a different color as well. There we are. Extend this out. You guys get the idea. I'm just playing around now. You can't help but play around, honestly, with this. Right? Let's extend that out. You just can't help it. It's too much fun. Make this one red. There we are. There you are, Wade. A little trippy. You guys get the idea. Make your own brushes. I made all these brushes. So again, this is why I like Illustrator. It's like, hey, I already drew this. Let's try different versions of it right down here. Let's take the brush that we just made, one of these, boom. Change the size. And again, it's kind of tough because, yeah, actually this is what I would do. I would change the uniformity of this. Bam, like that. It's all these hard corners it's going to have a tough time with, just so you know. So yes, it is disappearing a bit, but it's still kind of fun, right? It's all these sharp corners. I would take those, I would round them like that, right? In fact, let's do that for all of these. Let's round all the corners. You ready for this? Selecting them all. Zoop, like that. Oh, there we go. What? Wade? Look at you. Look at you, so cool with your new name, right? In this part, I agree with you. I think I made it a little illegible, and I'm so sorry. Let's bring that in and add to it with the pen tool. Click. And then down right there. Why not? Something kind of like that. And make sure you round that corner. Whoop. There you go, Wade. Is that better? Are we having fun in our wacky world of brushes, right? That we could change at any time, by the way. So keep that in mind. Let's tweak that like so. You get the idea. Still need to kind of work on that one. That's okay. You get the idea. I'm tweaking it to death. I'll stop. Right? Super fun. Take all of these. Make sure you could change those colors as I kind of wrap up, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Drop it in there. If you did happen to use a color, just make that your key color and then change the hue shift, right? Just like that. Let's fix that auto center. Click OK. Draw with whatever you want. Even just use a shape. We could see like so. There it is, right? And that's what the ends look like. And I could always change that color to something else. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. You guys get the idea. So have fun, make something fun. I just kind of made these fun characters that I'll probably post. Very Willy Wonka-ish, just kind of fun. But export those out and post to Discord, and we'd love to see what you make. So thank you, Christy. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Sherry and Afroja, Biola. Awesome. Good to have you here, and thank you, everybody who's been creating cool artwork. Yeah, so thank you so much. You're welcome, Rob, and not to worry, we got a fun day lined up for you. We have craft cocktail packaging with Michael Moody. How fun is that? I love it. I want to get involved. But join me tomorrow. We got stuff for you. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate you. Stay tuned. We've got more cool stuff on the way. So thanks for watching, everyone.